Good morning, Charlie. Hey,
Morning.
you've got a big light right behind your head.
Yeah.
Big glare. Oh, there you go. Now it's only off to the side, but if you now you can't see, you can barely see you.
Mhm.
It's all right. I know you're not set up for a studio.
Not.
So this morning, for anybody who's chimed in, thank you. P actually got a hold of me and said, "Hey, I want to do the a Cub takeover." I was like, "Okay." Makes it easier on me to figure out what I'm going to cook.
Yep.
So, hi, Pay.
Hi.
So you were also talking about one of your instructors at school. What was her comment about the YouTube channel?
So I have for my major and
Speak up a little bit.
for my major and where like at Western, you have to have a portfolio in a web page. So I had to make a website last year and then kind of just update it, which I have not done. So I have to do that. But we did a presentation and it was talking about like how your website works, what you have on it, kind of like a sell yourself presentation. And I was like, oh, like we have this YouTube channel, and so this is like what we do. And I just kind of gave a quick overview of it, and she was like, brag, brag about it. And I was like, well, I'm not usually one to brag. Like it's never been who I am. And she was like, we're in the major where bragging gets you a job. So brag. How many subs do you have? And I was like, oh, like 1,000, like 1.4 or something, because at the time it was lower than what it is. But um, she was like, well, I don't have that. Anybody else in the room got that? Because she's very blunt and straightforward. And then nobody raised their hand. And she was like, okay, then brag. So I'm working on talking about it more.
You're welcome, kid.
So
And you all thought it was silly when I first started this thing.
no,
Oh, Cub just said it still is. She's trying to be not present but present.
inconspicuous.
Yeah. Oops, I didn't mean that one. I'm playing around with the. Oops, where'd you go? Uncle Andy's in. There we go. Nope. I'm gonna pay to be. So Pay's gonna be doing the cooking. I was trying to. This is the layout.
My camera is also on my laptop.
So so I've been keeping the YouTube channel going, and they do pop in every now and again, as you guys know. And it's you've made the comment that through the years, some of the things you've learned from this silly thing of YouTube that is beneficial to your career.
Mm-hmm.
Not all the way, but I mean a little bit. It's money making machine. My dad was talking about this one guy that he started watching, and he was just vlogging his farming, and within a few years, he is actually making more off YouTube than he does farming. From liver to billions. So Charlie's ready to get into liver mush.
Okay.
So let's talk about liver mush. That's something that I've not grown up with, and I've had a couple times. I can say it was never I would rather a piece of fried bologna than liver mush because that's what I grew up with.
Mm-hmm.
But you have a new love for liver mush,
I do.
or should I say fondness?
Yes. Um, Yeah, I just had it one time at
Brag.
huh?
Brag.
Yeah. I had it one time at Jordan's, which is my boyfriend, if you don't know. I had it at his place, and his grandma made it, and then I just kind of was like, I've never had liver mush, and then I ate it and was like, wait, this is really good. And so I buy it at the store all the time, um, and I can get a couple meals out of it, which is nice because broke college student. Um, but yeah, I don't know. It's easy. It's quick, sort of quick. But you don't have to think so much about if it's overcooked or not. You just kind of cook it till you want it done. Um, yeah, I really like it. I get Jenkins up here. That's what I get. That's
Okay.
really all they have. They had Jenkins liver mush and Scrapple. I'm not going to touch Scrapple. I haven't had it. I don't want to have it. Um, yeah. I don't know.
Okay. So Charlie's asking, what are the 2026 goals for the channel? Well, I mean, of course, I'd like to make, a couple $1,000 a month, a week, or a month. A couple thousand a month would be good. Maybe 1,000 a month would be good. So I've got to make about a whole lot of good stuff in the meantime. Because my budget right now, I think I'm making about $100 every 3 to 4 months.
Which isn't bad.
I don't
Went
do
up from
the
30.
huh?
Went up from 30.
I didn't hear you.
It went up from $30.
Yeah. So I mean, when you look at I could be making zero. Yeah. Um, but it's not about all the money. It's nice to have to be able for it to pay for itself. But I have an issue of holding back and not being, I don't want to say not being myself, but I'm kind of like, well, that was silly. And then I hear like voices of somebody watching and be like, if I was watching it, what would I say? I'd be like, well, you're a dumbass, and what are you doing? And then you fast forward through the video because I do that on certain channels or, some videos. I'm like, what is this guy doing? And I fast forward through it. So trying to make more stuff that I like that doesn't sound like I'm rambling.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be one, is to film more stuff that I like. And I got to figure out the analytics. Kind of see what cooks are most viewed and try to replicate that but do it differently. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Like my turkey video on a Weber kettle is by far the most popular grilling video that I have. And I've done several other turkey videos on the Weber kettle and no traction. So maybe it's the keywords and the search whatevers. I don't do those. My ADD and my brain bandwidth doesn't keep me doing it. So that's one of the goals, is to maybe get better on that. Okay, we'll sit you down and come up with a business plan for your channel involving growth, opportunities, and improvement. We talked about that the other day, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
She called me and as she was getting ready for her day, and I was just coming home from the walk, and we were talking, and I asked her to look at it and give it a, like a mindful, hey, help me out here kind of thing. and I don't really promote much. I mean, I throw it up on Facebook when we're going live, but otherwise I don't promote it. I've got business cards made up like this. And I keep a few, and I hand them out when I'm talking, but I don't brag about the channel. So I guess that's just me. I feel like I'm bragging. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I mean, I do a lot of word of mouth. So, like, my friend Sarah, who originally was Casey's friend, they found out they're from the same hometown. Casey's my roommate for the last 2-3 years. But I was like, oh, yeah, Pops has a YouTube channel. Like, he can teach you how to cook whatever you want. And so then we started talking. I showed her the channel. She subscribed and was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to definitely check him out. Like, this is pretty cool. So.
Yep. And I'm finding that, it seems like when I post, what's up, Honey Badger? When I do videos, I do mainly on the Weber kettle because that's what people normally have or can associate with. But I'm like, sometimes I don't want to get pigeonholed into that, so I try to do other things, and then they don't get the videos, they don't get the views. Nobody gives a flying flip about the Blackstone E series. I mean, you could do like a so many year in review, but I've only done a handful of cooks on it. Not a handful, but you know what I mean? Like, I haven't done 1,000 cooks on it yet because I don't keep track of how many I do on it. But so it's kind of like, what do you get into? I do the cast iron, but then they're kind of like, they come for the barbecue channel.
Right.
So it's kind of hit and miss. I don't know. So that's part of what I've asked Pay to look into, is to see what the analytics are saying about the channel. I did do an interesting thing. I went to Google, clicked on the AI mode, and typed in Smoke and Bear's YouTube channel, and that was pretty interesting. But then they also got me confused with somebody else, so it was still wow. I don't know what OKRs, objectives, and key results. I don't know what OKRs are.
That.
Huh?
Objectives and key results are what OKR stands for.
Oh, okay. As well as KPs, key performance indicators. Okay, well, Charlie going all analytic on me. Nice. So I don't know what either one of those mean.
Don't worry.
I'm not into the business thing. But that's kind of, that's been a thing, is I need to put more effort into it. The big problem that I run into is, as soon as something in my life happens where I'm a little unbalanced, like life balance, my squishy matter turns to scrambled eggs. It's been happening a lot lately because we've had some stressors this first three weeks of 2026. So yeah, so the creative mode's not been there. Doing, still trying to keep up with monitoring the Chefstemp Facebook page with the group guys there. Trying to do content, but mainly it's posting pictures using the product and trying to think of ways to use their product that is not traditional, but not going to the extreme like Guga. Guga fired up the wok, had the thing up to 500, 600 degrees, and then dropped the thing in there and the probe in there just to show that it still worked. I mean, yeah, I didn't think of that, but so I don't know. So I guess the big goal is going to be trying to make more videos of what I want to watch. I kind of look at Honey Badger, who's right here. He says he should be monetized next week or two. Awesome, man. That is so cool. And he gets like, a thousand plus views on a Wednesday live or Thursday live, and yeah, he does really good stuff. I mean, he makes stuff that is interesting that people tune in for. Plus, his dog. He keeps his dog in the chat. So your uncle's asking, what are we making, Pay?
Livermush quesadillas.
Livermush quesadillas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. That's a cool little pan there. What kind of pan you got?
A la crusette.
How did a broke college student get a la crusette? I'm on the other side. Yeah, I found it at a thrift store, and it was stained in the bottom. So I was like, I think I got it for like $15 or something. I don't know what I got it for. Pretty inexpensive, and I was like, you know what? Let's get this. We cleaned it up, and I used it a few times, but I didn't use a whole lot. Pay was getting ready to go, and she wanted
me or Casey use it every day.
Cool.
We pretty much use it every day, and if we don't, then we're using something else. But that's rare because we just have it out.
Yep, and that's a good size. That's what, a 12.
Yeah.
So, and it's kind of a deep, not a deep skillet, but it's got the rounded edges like a chef skillet. But it's a really nice pan, and like I said, I mean, I believe it's got a lifetime warranty on it. So if something ever happens to the enamel, I just watched a video where a guy had bought a couple at a thrift store. Then they were Teflon coated on the inside, and he ran them through an E-tank, and it pulled the Teflon coating off. But like the center of it was pretty burned and scorched, so it was kind of junk anyway. But he pulled the Teflon coating off and was like, now what do I do? And he was reaching out to La Crusette to see if he could get a replacement because they have a lifetime warranty. Charlie, with the wealth of knowledge right here. One thing you can do is focus on making each video 5% better, slow growth over time. Yep. And the hard part with my channel is I find that I'm the video that comes up after what you've watched, because I lose 60% of my views within the first minute, like 30 seconds to a minute. So I guess my intros are not as interesting. I'm not grabbing them and keeping them. So, but then, there'll be like 30 to 40% that watch till the end or skip to the end to see how things go. So it's trying to shorten it up, and then I don't want to hear do I want to leave in like when I fast forward stuff and you hear that, where the voice is sped up or the car's going by or whatever, so I put music in, but then to put in the music that I like, the kind of hard rock stuff, not everybody else likes. So, and then trying to get the volume right, which it didn't dawn on me. One guy, I've had a couple comments that the stuff's too loud. I'm like, well, when I listen to it and I play it back, it's fine. Well, that's because the volume on my phone is turned down. So now I have to edit with my volume at 100% on my phone so I can hear those changes to where somebody's, listening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's making uh Google sucks. He's one that I look at and I say, here's a guy who found his niche, right? He does so much with steaks and keeps it rolling. Like he's always doing something with a steak. And I think that is the appeal of his channel is doing different things and myth busting with steaks. Um, Things that people wouldn't normally do. I mean, really, I'm not going to spend $50 on one steak and then keep it in the fridge for 7,000 days to dry brine or age or whatever. And I don't have the bandwidth or the energy to do that. I'm doing good to thaw something out and still cook it within 2 days. But and that's part of me trying to get better and not get into lazy mode where I just do like a little hey, I found this at the grocery store, let's cook it on the Weber kettle and give it a taste test. I get emails from viewers that want me to do content other than cast iron. My channel is either you get it or you don't. Yep. And I try to do so. I've kind of fell into we do cast iron on Sundays, and then I try to do videos on the UDS or the Weber kettle or the Vortex. What I run into though is those are the only cookers I have. So, you run into the, hey, I've got a Pit Boss or a Traeger. Why don't you do cooks like that? Well, because I don't have a Pit Boss or a Traeger, or whatever the popular grills are at the time. So, but and it's okay, and I'm good with it. Can't please people all the time, James. That's true. And I try to just show that grilling doesn't just have to be burgers, dogs. Barbecue doesn't have to be pulled pork and briskets all the time. You can cook anything on the grill, and I try to show that. Try to change it up a little bit. Maybe like your quesadillas this morning. Who puts liver mush in a quesadilla?
I do.
Right. Is it on a fancy menu? No. Is it in the country kitchen? No. I got a liver mush biscuit the other day. That was about as close as I get to a quesadilla. So, comes on. So the wife is over here giving me advice to ask, hey, what is going on in your life?
Wow.
Because I'm sitting in the kitchen and they can hear me, so they're giving me prompts to move on that I'm rambling.
All right. Well,
So what's new, kiddo?
let's see. Started classes the 12th. So this will be the end of week 2 or start of week 3. It's already a lot of work. My biggest issue this semester is going to be my certificate class and my campaigns class. We are doing a campaign to try to help reduce the stigma around mental illness.
Ooh.
And yeah, it's a hard one because I was like, well, because I like to talk about feelings like a child. Okay, if there's something big happening or I feel something, like if I'm really angry or I'm really whatever, I have big feelings. I have a big feeling, whatever. Leave me alone. But if we talk about it like that and use that sense, then you're creating stigma against the stigma. So it's going to be hard to promote reducing it without actually doing anything. You know?
I don't know. You're confusing me now.
Yeah, it's going to be a whole thing. And then doing a certificate class to graduate with a certificate saying that I know the basics in PR, which is what I went to school for, and that I kind of am ready for the workforce. So I'm working on getting that as well. That's the big thing this semester. Because I can only take the test once.
Ooh.
Yeah. And like this is like the foundational work to get my APR, which will be way later in life. But that's okay.
What is an APR? Associated Press.
Yeah, Associated Public Relations.
Public Relations. Okay.
Or like public relation, like professional, but it would be letters after my name.
Okay. Okay.
Which is really cool, and I want.
Okay.
But I'm also working towards getting PRSSA, the club I'm president of, get that figured out, ironed out. We have a conference coming up that we're going to do in February, and it's at USC.
Oh, nice.
So, leads me to my question. Is your house open for 6 or 7 people?
Yes.
It's at USC, but it would be like an hour and a half drive to Columbia.
Yeah.
But my other part was we spent like $10,000 at Icon for hotels and registration.
Okay.
So we don't have enough funding right now.
So okay. So
it would be us staying for like a weekend with you guys.
Okay.
And then you could meet all the PRSSA people. But again, we can always talk about that later.
Well, my budget financier, that's French, just said yes.
Okay.
Airback, this is all around.
So the logistics committee has already chimed in.
Perfect.
Here you go.
Yes, there is, but yes, there is because PR is mainly social media.
It's gearing more towards social media, right? Because people aren't tuning into the news; they're flipping through Reels or Instagram to get their information.
Well, there's emphasis on it. It's not gearing towards social media necessarily. Like, we're not doing analytics. We're not doing that part because that's social media marketing. That's a different, separate thing. What we do is we look at what the engagement is. So we do some of the analytics, but we also want to make sure whatever is being said is said properly and not in a way that could damage a brand. So we do crisis management. We do social and corporate responsibilities. We do a bunch of stuff behind the scenes. So there might not be a specific, we don't manage the social media, but we take part in how we're being portrayed on social media. Does that make sense?
Okay. That makes more sense. Okay, so their instructors are showing how to maintain and basically control what goes on social media and not being shall I use the term canceling, bashing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So they are teaching you stuff like that.
Yes, it's just not social media based.
Okay.
It's more like in crisis communications, we learned a lot about it, as well as in case studies where we looked at a bunch of different PR nightmares, so to say, cases, and figure out if they recovered from the situation well, if the brain was well represented, all this kind of thing. So it would be like United Airlines dragging the physician off of the plane versus KFC that made a joke out of they ran out of chicken. How you handle that and how you interpret backlash from the community.
Okay. Okay.
But then you also have to think about the activists and how you want to interact with them and how you both side with them and side with your company. It's very intriguing, I want to say, because it's always changing, so you're never really done learning about it. And I told my professors, I was like, here's the thing, is like sometimes you guys frustrate me because now that I see anything on social media, I'm like, oh, their PR person is working well, or like, oh, they shouldn't have said that. I know their PR's mad. Like, or I figure out how to go about the situation in the way that I would have as a PR pro and not just watching the news anymore.
Yeah.
Which is like the part that I was like, oh, like this is new. It's not like, I don't look at things anymore like I'm watching social media. It's an, oh, why did their PR say this?
So in other words, I'm the reason why people don't watch my channel. I'm kidding.
But stuff like that.
I am a frequent HR. I've got my own seat in the HR office.
Yeah.
And I'm also the HR guy. So yeah, those conversations do get a little can get a little heated and uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So it's more overall theory, and social media would be more specific application of the theory.
Yes. So, because we also have to take comm theory. So that's looking at a bunch of different theories and how they apply in daily communication. So, like I told Pop and Ma about this, and it was kind of like a brain screw. Because like it happens with me too. It's like the I versus me theory, which is basically saying like once you do something unconscious, so like subconsciously, then it's a me thing. But whenever you start thinking about what you're doing, it's an I. Like, because I'm cooking breakfast, it's me cooking breakfast. Well, now that I've noticed it and acknowledged it, now it's I'm cooking breakfast. It's a bunch of different theories that can screw with your brain, but they make communication easier to understand and anticipate. So with social media, you anticipate the engagement, you anticipate backlash, but it's how you talk in a way that is just like one-way communication that offers two-way. Does that make sense?
Well, Charlie just said it makes sense. You lost me. I mean, I'm sure the crickets were pretty loud because I almost had to plug my ears. But yeah, you lost me, but that's fine.
Comm theory is it's very interesting and intriguing, but it can also be like a mind screwed if you don't know. You know?
Yeah, I can see that because I'm kind of like you're acknowledging the first person, is it third person or second person?
Second.
So you're acknowledging the second person and then coordinating it back to the first person in a conversation that's about the whole person.
It can be very interesting, but also you look at like the history of communication, and like the history of it was people would say like, oh, you can't talk to someone this way, your hand gets cut off. Oh, you stole from a store, that's your leg. So like seeing the difference of like, well, now there's actions that we talk about the consequences instead of straight violence is also similar to how communications changed over time and how we interpret it. Yeah.
Okay.
Somewhat of corporate communication philosophy and psychology. Yeah. Because I could, if I was talking to Pops and I would say something like, you don't know what you're talking about, I've come off defensive and rude and like antagonizing. But if I was like, what are you talking about? I'm confused. Then there's me being confused and I'm not understanding. I'm not on that level.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I do that quite a bit because I'm always confused.
Right. So, but it's the way that you say it and the body language and the history of the person to make the difference in communication.
Yeah. So I ran into a situation yesterday. So I went walking with my guys on a Saturday, which I don't normally do, but I went with them. And we were at breakfast and we were talking about this, you know, the ice age coming down today and how bad it was going to be and some of the storms that we've lived through. And the one guy was like, oh man, this time I was in Tennessee, it was this bad and this bad. And I was like, yeah, it's what I grew up with. And he goes, no, you don't understand. You've not seen this. And I was like, okay, you're telling me that you have an inch of ice on the ground and you had to drive your car. We had an inch of ice and had to go to high school. We had 4 feet of snow on top of that. Like when they plowed the roads, you were literally in a tunnel because they had snow plowed up so high above your Oldsmobile that you couldn't see anything but the one lane in front that you were in. And it was just kind of like, wait a minute. You know, I grew up in Ohio there, the Midwestern part of Ohio, and we had nasty, nasty, nasty stuff. You know, the winter that I moved down, it was dry as far as precipitation, but we were negative 15 degrees. You know, and I'm up on top of a semi truck loading it. You know, and it's like, well, you've never seen anything like this. And I was like, and I started to get a little defensive. And I was like, whoa, jackass, hold on a minute. But this is a buddy of mine, so I was like, whoa. In high school, we went to school when it had an inch of ice.
Mm-hmm.
I was learning how to drive a stick shift and was in 2-wheel drive in an S10 5-speed. It was my grandpa's. And as I came out of first gear, the back end took out from me and I almost went in the ditch right outside my driveway.
Mm-hmm.
Winter has hit Ohio today so far. 6 inches of snow and still coming down. Yeah. So my sister-in-law said she's in Columbus, Tom, right there with you. She said 8 inches, but she probably got that off of the news. I went out and measured, and I mean, with the ice, we might have had an 1/8 of an inch, 1/16 of an inch. I can show you the picture.
Let's see what we got.
Let me find the picture here, and I'll show it to y'all. Because I'm that silly guy.
So, in Coloway, North Carolina, this is what we've got. It's just pouring. It's just sleeting. Raining. So.
There. This is what we got on a ruler.
Mm-hmm.
And that was at 8 o'clock this morning. So
we just had a bunch of rain, but it's supposed to get down to like 19 degrees tonight.
Yeah, it's 19 out right now.
So it'll freeze. But We don't have school Monday. Yay.
Charlie, no, I did not walk 5 miles each way because I was about a 20-minute drive to the high school in cornfields. So, yeah, we didn't do much walking in the winter. We would get dressed up and go play. Well, you would start out playing like trying to build a fort, a snowman, doing angels, throwing snowballs and that kind of stuff, building forts, and then it got to where the old man said, "You know what? You're going to be outside horsing around. Here's a shovel. Go shovel."
Yeah.
And then it got to where we said, "You know what? We're tired of shoveling. Let's see if we can get the car stuck," because we would drift. Like the wind would blow, and if it blew from a certain angle, we would drift up really high. So you might have like just a half an inch on one side, and then it would go up to about 4 feet. And we had front wheel drive cars, and you would just kind of get it heated up. You turn it on, let it run about 10, 15 minutes, and then just start rocking it forward to get it broke free. And then you would, just throw it in gear and give her hell and try to plow through it. And there was times where, you're up like this trying to get through the drift. And, then we back up and we try to smooth it down. So, we got to playing around before we got into the 4-wheel drives. Tiny bit of snow here, freaking cold. Yeah, we haven't hit the snow yet. We got frozen rain, but son's supposed to catch a plane for Texas, getting deployed to Poland. I suspect the flight might get canceled. Wow. We just had a guy in our workout group Tuesday who was getting deployed. I don't know his exact date, but that was the last day that he was going to be able to work out. So, we sent him off a bit. The group sent him off pretty well. So,
I saw a TikTok this morning, and it was a guy in Texas, and he went to go open his car door. Well, the ice had completely covered his truck. Went to go pull the handle popped off the car.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember there's times where you had to go get like hot water and pour it over real slow so it would get down in there to where you get the door open. Speaking of the, did people call you Elsa and you had a snowman friend? No, we didn't have an Elsa back then. What's up, Scotty? This guy, he's out there trying to barbecue in -42. What in the world? I get it. Like, you can bragging rights, what's the picture that has the Brad Pitt is Achilles in Troy, and it says you can't barbecue in this weather, and then it has him, the picture of him, and it says that's why nobody will know your name. That's Scotty, man. He was just making it there. And then I saw somebody else, I won't throw out his name, who pulled his cooker out of the garage. Like, he's still in his garage, but in the front part by the door, and he's running a pellet grill, and he's like, "Yeah, it's -20 here, and look, I'm out here barbecuing and I was like, "Dude, you're still in the garage.
Right.
Scotty's still got ice." Break out the Bermuda shorts, Scotty. Yeah, he's up to -20 today. Jeez. People do crazy things when the brain freezes. Yeah, I tell you what. There's anymore when my brain goes, I'm just like a zombie. I'm like staring.
Let
Like,
me
hello.
tell y'all. We went to the store yesterday. So that Friday. No, it was Saturday. yesterday. So me and Megan, my other roommate, could go get some extra canned food because we had just gotten the thing of like, oh, like this is what you need to do for the apartment. Make sure you don't like this, yada 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 yada. We go in there, and I told Megan, I said, look, I'm not gonna get pushed around in this store. If it's crazy like how the parking lot looks, I'm still getting what I came to get. I don't do the cold well. I've been wanting to crash out. Okay. So then we go inside, everything is fine, whatever. And I'm like, okay, this is fine. Well, then I'm just like, people are talking, people are clearing the aisles out, the ramen is completely gone. And I'm like, what are y'all gonna do with ramen when you have no way to heat it up?
Yep.
Like, let's be smart here. Get some canned food, get some canned chicken, get some tuna, get some this. The snacks are still all there. Granola bars are there. What are we doing, guys?
Yep. When we moved down here, when the storms hit, they were all like, well, you got to get your bread and your milk.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, man, that is the nastiest sandwich. But then it took me about 6 years that it dawned on me, them jokers are making French toast. But
that
anyway,
cereal sandwiches, like you can make so much with milk and bread together or separately.
Yeah, it was just one of those like those sandwiches aren't any good. But then I was like, they're making French toast. That's what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
But perfect segue into stuff I've got around here that I kind of said, it's a winter storm. We talked about this when the hurricane hit up there where you're at, and to try to make sure you have power and whatever. I know some of you guys have power tools, right? The battery power tools. I got this thing here. It is let me make this split. IOB 18-volt battery goes in. It's got a USB-C. Oops. And it's got USBs up here, and this will run a lamp. So if the power were to go out, I could still run a lamp. I think it's only like 200 watts, so 150, 200 watt. So it's not going to power a space heater, but at least it gives you power so you can keep track of what's going on. Which is I got this for $50 in the store. Amazon has them for like 30, 35. They have all the different tool brands. So that's something to kind of keep track of. Like when you ran into this with the hurricane, you didn't know what was going on. You had no power, so when the phone was dead, if you even had service, one of these.
We could charge our stuff. We had no service and we had no internet.
So this thing here, it is a Wi-Fi box. So as long as you have phone service, you can get internet. So if the house is down, we still have internet as long as our phones have service, right? So these would be good for devices for watching videos and stuff. But teamed up with this, you have power, not unlimited, depending on batteries, but you have power to get it going. Scotty says the Jackery got the Jackery 1000, could run a lot of stuff. I have looked at Jackery for several years, a couple years now, and I just haven't done it. I made one of these ammo can boxes, and basically I put a little power switch. But you open it up, and it has a 12-volt battery, like a deer feeder battery in it. And I've got it wired. You plug the wires onto it, goes up to the power switch, and then the power switch goes to a 12-volt cigarette lighter that I have a plug put in. You can't really see that, but the cigarette lighter plug has USB-C and USB in it. So I have a way to, more power here. Originally used this for my fan system on the drum. You can kind of see that. So this is all kind of just fixed in there, and I've got a little Bluetooth speaker that I keep in there. But that's just a little bit of power, to keep things charged. Doesn't take up a lot of space. I mean, it's yay big. So Pay and I talked about it after the hurricane hit. Was, would you want something like that? And she was like, no, we're fine. And then here comes 2026 with, here's the Ice Mageddon, and it's kind of odd that ice is a big theme this last 6 months. Anyway, so that was like some power things for ideas that may seem crazy, but for a college kid, but I mean, their world revolves around the computer, the laptop, the cell phones. So it would be a way to keep them connected. The weather warnings, commercials for bread and milk companies could be. But so I've got that kind of stuff. And okay, are you starting to make your quesadilla? I need to zoom out so people can see you. Let's go this way. There we go. Now you're making your quesadilla. Missed it.
I'm just taking it off.
Oh. So then one of the other things that I was looking at was here. Let's go to the middle here, and you adjust your camera.
Okay. Hold on, so my livermush fell out.
So one of the other things that I've made a while back, I've seen it, chimney starter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Chimney starter. I cut a hole out here, not necessary, but the idea being that I could put live fire under here if need be. But this hole right here, this big hole, I've got a little rack on top, but inside it is the little camp stove. It's a propane, butane. This goes on the propane bottle like this, a little green propane bottle. Or this screws onto the butane, isobutane. So I have 2 of these. I have like 4 of the propane bottles. And I can run this little thing, this little burner, inside the chimney starter, because it's got a flat bottom. So it sits down in there. I can run that, and then I have this little grate that I found at the thrift store. Fits just right. I had to kind of notch it a little bit. You can see that. Kind of notch it and bend it in so this sits flat. And this is fantastic because for somebody like Pay or, just me and the wife, you can take a can of soup in a 1-quart Dutch oven. There. Now you're cooking a can of soup. And you just made dinner. Or everybody has a small skillet. This is a number 5. Sits right on top there. Perfect. Y'all can kind of see that. And it still has the air gap so the heat doesn't suffocate. It just goes on up and out. So, and you can do a lot of little stuff for a couple people in the skillet. I mean, this is nothing fancy, right? But it sits right on top there. So, and let me turn it so maybe you guys can see the air gap. So that air gap's all the way around.
Mm-hmm.
And this is inexpensive. I mean, the chimney was like $15 because I got it at Academy Sports. This here was like $1 or something. I found it at a thrift store. Not necessary because even without that, your Dutch oven will fit down in, and the handles will keep it upright. Now, with that though, you do have a little bit of heat issue where you might be running too hot. So you do have to kind of keep that in mind. But I mean, you could do any kind of rack or trivet or something like that to get it up off there if you needed to. Long bolts, or if you have a piece of all thread, notch it, set it down in there, and then it'll sit right on top. It works really well. So this is something that, like I've talked with Pei, and she's kind of like, yeah, it's a good idea, but I don't need it, and I didn't want it at the apartment because her thought was we'll never use it. Good thought. It was just hey, here's a case of oh crap, what do I do if this happens again? You put this system in the garage, in the pantry, whatever, and then you have it for just in case, oh crap moment, that you never know you'll find yourself in.
Okay.
And it leads great for hiking or like sitting at work and you go out to your car for lunch. You could.
I thought the title was explanatory enough. You cook the livermush, put it on some tortillas with cheese. I don't have the fancy setup. You're on a laptop. I don't have the fancy. I showed you part of the cooking. I showed you the pan.
Oh, sorry, Charlie. I took that over. I was talking too much. So Pei, tell us now. Maybe hold it up and dissect open it up and dissect it so Charlie can see what's in it. Let me make you big.
Livermush, cheese.
Did you use the same pan?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Why am I going to dirty another pan?
What kind of cheese?
Whatever I had. Which was Italian.
Huh?
Italian.
Oh, the Italian blend.
Charlie, I told you at the beginning, this cold makes me want to crash out. And now you gonna start with me? I'd like to see you go live, Charlie.
Ooh. Now hold on before you start pushing her buttons, Charlie. She woke up irritated because the storm was not near as bad as what was predicted, and Dad was right.
Yeah.
So whenever Dad's right, that sets my household off. They're very much on edge and irritated.
Well, because they were talking about, it's going to be so much snow. We're going to get snowed in. Da, 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 da. Then where is it?
Yep.
Where is it? I have prepared myself to be cold and inside. And where is it?
So here's a question, Pei. What exactly is livermush?
I don't know.
Just good when fried in oil?
Yeah.
Good when pan fried?
Yeah.
Okay. She's calling Charlie out. Yep. She was on a roll. She called earlier and I could the wife had her in her hearing aids and I could hear her ranting. Uncle Steve, what's going up? What's going on?
What's up?
He says, what's up, Sugar Bears?
What's up?
How are you doing, Steve? I did not see a meme with the Uncle Steve's shake on the back of a salt truck, or I'd have put that up. Because the thumbnail has the Old Bay. I didn't see one with an Uncle Steve shake. It was kind of funny. Honey Badger, I don't know where he's at. He might be listening. I had sent him a text and said that with the ice, I didn't want him driving because I would feel bad if he was on his way down here to do the show and something happened. So when it could be avoided. This is just for giggles. So I told him to stay home. So he could be kind of salty and hurt feelings, but I was looking out for his best interest. So I know he was talking about prepping and all the stuff that he got for, like, he even went as far as getting a whole truckload of wood and more charcoal and more everything, matches. Like, oh yeah, okay, you do need to make sure you got matches or some way to light stuff.
I already had a lighter, and then Megan was doing her laundry, and I told her to keep the lamp because if we need a fire, lamp and some paper.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Save your dryer lamp.
Well, you remember we made the me when I was in robotics, like middle school, we made those fire starters.
Yep.
Toilet paper roll and. Well,
oh, Tom. Yeah, my workers' comp claim, that wouldn't.
We have that.
No.
I was gonna say my hand got a little hot.
Yeah. We're an independent contractor, so you're kind of on your own. And
we're a backyard business.
And you work less than part-time. Like, he only works, like, for me, only 4 hours a month?
Yeah.
At most.
Crazy.
So, yeah, that's kind of the beauty of the independent contractor, I guess, is I'm not required to have insurance on an employee of 4 hours a month. I think. But
on different topic.
And he only gets paid by food.
Oh.
So it's kind of work for work type deal.
So while I've been stuck in the house, I have decided to watch The Big C, which is a show I recommend everyone to watch. It is a very good show. It's about this woman who has the same cancer as Pops, and it's like her going through it, and then everyone's slowly finding out. I told Mama this morning, I said, season 1, I finished it yesterday, and I was looking and I was watching it, and I was like, dang, I really am this kid. Like, he completely was like out of it, not wanting to be home, and I was like, that was me. So it was cool to see that. I'm working on season 2 now, but since I have nowhere to go, I've been crafting. I'm finally finishing Casey's thing that I started for her.
What is that?
So it's a character from one of her shows, or her favorite anime movie. And it's just a bunch of knots put together. But like it looks like a person.
Yeah, it does. It does look like an anime.
Yeah. So this is from her favorite show, and then I downloaded some other ones so I can watch those whenever power goes out.
So Tom, yeah, his pay gets eaten up, but not by the fees and charges. He doesn't do dishes. He'll help bring stuff in, but.
And you have to clock that tea, Pops. Clock that tea.
What's that mean?
It means that's right. Like, clock it.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Netflix has all the Bond shows.
Bond movies.
Oh, Bond. Anyway, Spectra. It wasn't good. I was flipping through HBO Max, and there's an Adam Driver movie called 65. I read the caption and I was like, okay. Number 1 pick on HBO Max. All right, whatever. Well, I'm going to go ahead and spoil it because it was not good. I do not recommend it. He's like in outer space, and he crash lands on this through a black hole and onto this other planet in a different dimension of dinosaurs. So then it turns into like Jurassic Park or Jurassic World, but it's just him, and then he runs into a little 8-year-old, 9-year-old girl who's surviving, and he's trying to keep her alive while they try to get back to his ship that crash landed, because when it was coming down, part of the ship landed over here. The other part that he was in landed way over there. So he's trying to get back to the mothership and bring this girl along, and they keep running into all kinds of dinosaurs and stuff like that. So it was like Jurassic World, but it was terrible. Terrible.
Over break, we watched Fantastic Four, the new one.
Oh, that was, yeah.
I didn't like. At first, I thought it was just a play, like a sequel to the show, and it wasn't following the same storyline, so that made me even more upset because they weren't even the same character, like actors playing the characters, so that also made me mad. And I did talk a lot of smack, and then Pops finally was like, no, this is like a different universe where they had a baby.
Yeah, so this Fantastic Four, we thought it was the remake, and turns out it's in the multi-universe of that Marvel's creating, and this is a different group of the Fantastic Four on a different unit in a different universe.
All I'm gonna say, okay, Johnny was not on fire the way he was supposed to be. No. Thing was wrong, just wrong. He had a beard, y'all.
Yeah, at first I was like, what in the world? Like, he's right. Shaving with an angle grinder. And you're like, what? And then it shows him later on he's got a full beard. Now, the Thing grows a full beard.
No.
I would think that if a rock grew a beard, it would be moss. But no, this was rock.
Right.
Yeah. So that was really odd. At one point though, I was like, okay, it looks kind of cool. And then he turned his head, and I was like, nope, it's no. So
it's just, and like, here's the thing: Pedro Pascal's in it, and he can eat down anything, right? But he did not eat with this role. I did not like him as, the main guy. Okay, yes, in the comics he did, but that's Ben.
Yeah, that was that's Ben. That wasn't
the Thing.
As the Thing, where he's a rock.
That would be like Hulk having a beard.
Well, the Hulk could.
No.
And the Hulk did in the comics. He did have a beard.
But
he never shaved. So that is kind of interesting that they never showed him shaving.
Mm-hmm.
But in the comics, he did have, when he went it was Planet Hulk, where he was off on a different universe.
But that's a different universe.
Yeah.
In the universe I exist, he has no beard. Neither does the Thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I miss the old Marvel movies where it wasn't all the gimmicks and the da-da-da-da. Like, why?
Now, I am kind of excited.
I'm ready for Doctor Doom. I'm excited.
There is a new Darth Maul movie or series coming out.
You know I love Darth Maul.
Yes. April. It's in April. And it's like 6 or 8 episodes. But it's Dave Filoni. Ooh. Yeah, so he's heading it up, and it's not like the Rebels cartoon.
Okay.
Like, it's animated, but it's not like Rebels style. It's more like Clone Wars, Bad Batch.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, and this is supposed to be post episode 6.
Okay. Which
So it's kind
here's
of
the
like
thing.
after the emperor's dead and well,
Hmm.
supposedly dead, and all the crime syndicates are trying to take over and battle for power.
Yeah. Here's my thing. The issue with Marvel coming out with all these new movies and all these new universes, Charlie, I saw that. I'm gonna get you later for that. But the issue with that is nobody's watching them in like chronological order to carry along the timeline. They're watching like from release date, thinking this is the first movie. It's not like that, you know.
Okay.
So
Like
because
these miniseries, though, they're just telling stories about the characters and not trying to keep in the timeline. And so they're
yeah,
it's kind of like how the books are written. Like I just got done finishing the from a certain point of view of Return of the Jedi. Now that was a 550-page book. Took me months, and that was a walk through the Return of the Jedi, um, but different. It wasn't the storyline. So they would say, "Well, this is what was going on," so you could follow along in the movie. But
mm-hmm.
when Luke gets attacked by the Wampa, it was the point of view from the Wampa saying, "These creatures came in, they took over my cave, they've run me out. Like I can't do any of this. I can't go anywhere. Now they're attacking me and shooting me. This is what I'm doing to protect my home."
Mm-hmm.
And in the movie, it's a wild beast coming to attack them.
Yeah.
Uh, where nerds having lightsaber fights, the guy showed up as Darth Maul to fight and trashed them. It was really Ray Parker. Yes, there's a lot of
It happens on campus.
yeah, there's a lot of people that do that. Um, they just
Personally, I think it's weird.
it
I
is,
think
but I mean, you're looking for attention, but you're not looking for attention as yourself. You're looking for attention in your cosplay universe, right?
well,
It's
no,
kind
these
of
people
like
aren't dressed up. They just use lightsabers outside and fight.
yeah, and it's because they're getting attention, but not attention to what they're who they really are. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think
Kind of
sophomore and
like
freshman
clown.
year there was like a club on them of them,
Yes, yes, there is a club.
and I was like, okay.
Um, well, I looked into that years ago, and it was X amount for a month, and then the lightsabers were $600-700 to
Yeah,
get the ones you could beat up on. I was like, I'll just go get some PVC pipe, and I
you
mean
did.
that we got some PVC pipe, and then we got some was that the that foam insulation that goes around pipe. Put that
Mm-hmm.
on, wrapped it in duct tape, and
Yeah.
beat the heck out of each other. Well, I mean, we had several little sparring.
I was not sparring. I was fighting for my life like I was her.
Yeah, we can't do we can't say anything about child abuse because it was equal
We were
swing.
playing the roles.
Yeah, yeah, we played the roles.
Also, D&D, speaking of Charlie, my roommate has decided to play D&D and get in a campaign. I'm very confused. They were talking about it yesterday. So, I don't know. That's nerdy also to me. But actually,
Yeah,
no, there's no but. It's just nerdy.
We had played. I had some guys in high school that played D&D, and I tried, and I ended up just sitting back watching, drinking beer.
Like, it took Casey a couple days to build her character.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Yep. That's not my.
That's too long of a game for me personally.
Yep, I don't even like watching Monopoly.
Speaking of, she's awake.
Monopoly?
No, Casey.
Oh,
She's not out here yet. But
PVC pipe and a halogen flashlight.
see, yeah.
So the hard part with that is with the flashlight, the PVC pipe is too thick, so it doesn't light up like for your color. So you have to get that clear acrylic pipe, and then you put in like not wax paper, but like parchment paper. You kind of roll it and stick it in there, and then you have the LED strip inside. Yeah, I know, I'm a nerd. I looked it up at one point, and at the time, that part wasn't so bad. I mean, you could build one for about $50. Then the hard part became in the hilt. You had to have if you wanted the sound, you needed the sound card, and then mold a little speaker in it, and then run your power switch. So you had to have some sort of battery, small batteries inside it. So that just got into where it was overwhelming, and I put it away. Then we just beat each other up with PVC pipe.
Yeah.
I mean, not to the point where we heard it was just kind of like a,
We'd smack each other. Me and Nolan would.
I was not around when that happened.
No, you weren't.
I just caught the evil look from the wife that punched me in the gut.
Yeah. I felt that look.
I've never felt so cool. Didn't realize I just needed to change who I'm surrounded by to Riz up.
No. No. I don't know if you know what Riz is.
No. It's a cracker, ain't it?
No. It's slang.
Oh.
Riz
So I need to go to Urban Dictionary?
Well, I can tell. No. It's not like that type of Riz.
Oh.
Like, Riz is like, not that. Not that.
That's a
right.
whiz.
Wiz and Riz are different. Riz is like talking to the huzz, like the girls. Yeah, short for charisma.
Okay.
So, Pops, you don't need to say anything about Riz.
No. I'm in a category all my own, baby.
I don't know where you were trying to go, but you did not reach it. But like people will say like the Rizzler. Like they use Riz in different sentences and stuff. Hey, princess. We were just telling Pops what Riz meant. Because Charlie said he feels so cool. He is ready for the D&D campaign.
So I also got a question about whiz. So Tom, you say that's a whiz. Whiz being has several different meanings.
Whiz is just smarts.
Smarts.
Whiz.
And it's also a term used for peeing.
Hey, Megan.
Oh, he is correct. No. Some people say I gotta go take a whiz.
Yes.
Waz.
Huh?
I'm with your dad on this one.
I've always heard Waz.
No, it's a whiz. You gotta go take a whiz.
I've heard Waz.
Take a leak. Lead the lizard. Like
yeah.
There's all these different things. How did that come about?
I don't know. Good morning, honey. Megan is also awake. Huh?
Well, ask her.
It's Snowden Anderson. Ask her what?
I ate and left no crumbs, no cop.
Try again, Pop. Say it like confidently.
Oh, there I see. When I moved it over to on the screen, now it says cap, but it looked like cap over here.
Say the whole sentence, please.
I ate and left no crumbs. No cap.
Okay, what does that mean?
Well, my ChatBT wife said means I'm amazing.
Amazing. Yeah, so I ate means like I did it. Like I did the darn thing. Like that's on me. I did that. Ate, and if it says left no crumbs, that means like you delivered what you were supposed to. You did what you were supposed to do.
Above and beyond.
Above and beyond. And no cap. You know what no cap means. I taught you that years ago.
I still don't get it.
It's not lying. No lie.
Oh, no lie. Why don't we say? I don't know. I don't get it, but it's okay. I'm not up to my slang.
And that's okay. You don't have to be up to your slang. Some college kids aren't up to their slang. I was just talking to Evan yesterday, and he also.
Ooh, what in the toboggan was that?
It was me laughing.
He also is not up to his slang. I just taught him what peak meant because he said something. He was like, "Oh yeah, that's on peak," and I was like, "No,
Antifreeze?
on peak."
Yeah,
Like,
peak is a type
top
of
of the
antifreeze.
mountain. What?
It's a type of
It's a name
antifreeze.
brand for antifreeze.
In slang, that means like it's on top.
The top of the mountain.
Yeah, like peak.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
But you don't say on. You just say, "Oh, that's peak."
That's top of the mountain. Okay.
That's top of a mountain, guys.
I told him I was going to get him a bag of cucumbers for Valentine's Day.
Not really.
Ain't
Okay,
your
Charlie,
fault
we're not doing
you're-
this.
But
What's that
Ain't
one?
your fault. You're Skibbity Ohio Riz. We're not doing that. We are not.
Who
doing
did that?
Charlie, do you even know what that means? Because I don't even know what Skibbity means. But Ohio means loser. Loser charisma. That's what you just said. And you know who taught me that? Your little cousins, Waylon.
I don't know.
That's he sat there and called us Ohio, me and Jordan, and then he goes, "That means loser." Do you know how much of I want to bring loser back as an insult? I really do, really badly. What do you think, Megan? Should we bring loser back as an insult?
I didn't know Loser ever left the building.
Well, nobody says like, "Oh, you're a loser." It's like, "Oh, you're a dumb," you know. Like it's not just like
I guess that is right.
it's not just like because if I said you're a loser, it's cutting deep. Like I was watching a podcast and they're like, "You've never won. You're a loser. You've never won." I was like,
Yeah,
"No."
Charlie's using Google Translate.
Yeah. There's no
Are you
way.
Charlie, are you secretly texting my wife who's smarter than ChatGPT?
Oh, listen to you.
And that's when you catch it.
What did you get yourself into?
I tell people they're a loser all the time.
Okay.
So we were talking about ChatGPT the other morning, and I was like, "What's my wife got to do with this?" And they said, "What?" I was like, yeah, she tells me how right she is all the time, and how wrong I am all the time.
Yeah, listen to that I know.
Yeah. No, I'm hip to the pulse of the youth.
That nobody says I'm hip to the pulse of the youth, Charlie. That's not something that says.
I feel like that's an old slang.
Yeah,
Like real old.
that shows your age.
Being hip?
Nally has risen up his wife.
See, the thing is, Charlie, you were there, and then you went too young, and now you've gone a little older. I don't think I've ever said I'm hip to the pulse of the youth.
I don't know, but I was listening to Skid Row the other night, with the youth gone wild. Does that count?
No.
I'm rising up to my wife.
Rising up your wife, not up to your wife. That means you're just getting her flustered. Just making her blush.
Well, I mean, her middle name is Google. You guys can't see the look that I just got from over the.
Oh, I felt it.
See, my cheeks are getting red. Yeah, that was a good one.
You know, when they're all done hyping you up, you're stuck with me, right?
I know. But the good thing is there's no life insurance, so I'm worth more alive than dead.
Yeah, but that's
You hear him?
miserable.
So
He's talking about the life. There's no life insurance policy. I'm still worth more than I am dead.
people that say Riz wear a full basketball uniform to McDonald's.
Okay.
And you know what?
Word. And they wear their Reebok pumps.
Reebok pumps.
They're actually, I saw they were bringing them back.
Not fast enough.
Ultra generational intergalactic.
That Charlie's just saying he knows multiple generations and different universes.
Just a great translator. Okay.
Thank you so much. I have done it a lot.
With a warm up on. Oh yeah. So I guess Steph Curry's got a movie coming out.
When?
I don't know when. I just saw a preview for it the other day where it's called GOAT, and he's supposed to be a goat playing basketball.
Oh, I saw that. It looks really good.
That was very animated. I wasn't
Because
expecting
he's playing up against like rhinos and stuff.
You better get him. He just clocked you.
What?
He said, and that was very animated.
that. I wasn't ready for that.
Sorry, I get excited about kids' movies. They're the only thing that bring me joy.
Oh my gosh. No, I woke up this morning. There's no snow outside, Case.
Yeah,
There's nothing.
I know.
Well,
Oh, did I wake
so
up?
Honey Badger's getting ready to go live here shortly. You're giving the Lulu.
Charlie is trying to clock T, and for what?
What did he say?
He said, you're giving to Lulu.
Whom?
Charlie, I don't know who he's talking about. It's not me.
Delusional.
Delusional.
Oh,
You're
okay,
being-
yeah.
Your
got you.
giving is like right now, you're giving endorser. You're giving endorsement because you're wearing Hungry Heroes. It's what you're giving off. Right?
It's like traditional.
Confusion.
Yeah, you're giving confused. Yeah, it's giving confusion. And Delulu is delusion. Delusion entirely. It can be from like something small as like, oh, like I'm not that tired. It's just I just haven't drank coffee yet. Like, no, you're being delusional. Or it could be he liked my story, so that means
He's in love with me.
he's in love with me. You know what I heard today? I was watching YouTube and this girl was like, he tagged his location, so he obviously wants me to show up. It was like he tagged his location on his story. He obviously wants me to come. He wants me to pull up.
Ooh.
Delusion is crazy. Me and Casey have had very deluded conversations in the past
Okay.
about multiple different topics. Even friends, we're like, no, like they're actually such a good person, and then we're like, actually we hate them, but it's not our fault. We hate them. Like delusion spans multiple different things.
I don't even know what that is.
Charlie said Pops is giving Chiggy.
Oh.
That's your friend. I
feel like I should be insulted, but I guess
you
if
can
you
look that one up.
understand the
On, I don't
insult,
know how to
it'd be
explain it.
effective.
I don't know how to explain it, but it's not dirty. You can look it up on Urban. And
Well, no, but if you're giving the insult and the person that you're insulting doesn't know that it's an insult,
you're even more
then
insulted.
you're not insulted, right?
No.
So then you missed the mark.
No, here's the thing. You're being insulted by something you don't even understand. That's an insult on top of that.
But is it really an insult if I don't know what I'm being insulted
It
for?
proves their point
Yes.
more so than anything else.
But it doesn't hit the mark.
No, but it did. You just weren't in the loop.
No, that's like throwing a dart at the dartboard and then only hitting the wall.
No.
Because the dartboard didn't hit the dartboard.
Pot, you got insulted. You don't understand it.
Yeah,
that's a double insult.
So low on this one because I don't know.
All right, are you wrapping up?
Oh, I cleaned the kitchen.
Evidently, my wife understood what you said because now she's like, "You need to get off there."
That's not what I said.
Did you hear?
I heard her, and that's not what she said. And clock that. Today is not the day to mess with her.
No, because she didn't get the winter storm that was promised by Brad Petrovich, who only shows up to where things are like.
That's Jim Cantor.
Oh, Jim Cantor. Sorry.
Yeah.
When he shows up, the things are like terrible.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a very light dusting of frozen rain. Bad because you're showing how true the insult was by not knowing what's going on.
Yes.
Okay. Jeez.
Okay, let me see if I can give you a definition on what chuggy means. Okay.
I'll Google it.
Okay. It's insult, but okay. CHEUGY.
Yeah. Someone or something that is slightly outdated, trying too hard to be trendy or just a bit basic.
Yeah.
So I'm an old man.
Mm-hmm. No. It's an insult because he called you old and you didn't understand what he said. But this was like early 2000s.
Oh, wait. Popularized by Gen Z.
Did you read more where it said it started in the 2000s?
Well, it says Gen Z. It's popularized by Gen Z, associated with the early 2010s.
No.
Trends like girl boss culture or aesthetics to have fallen out of favor. So for more basic or uncool, describing things that were once popular but now feel cringy, just past the prime. And I believe you called Charlie that earlier, right?
No.
When he was talking about being Delulu?
No.
Or no. That was when he came back with Ultra Generational Intergalactic.
I said
anyway.
Yeah. What?
It's all right. Low-key living rent-free.
Yeah. You can understand that one. You understand that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's easy.
Not really, because I'm going to forget it since I walked through the door.
Yeah. It's okay. It's okay.
It's all right. Because, you know what, Charlie? They're going to remember me for not knowing what your dumbass was saying.
Oh, you know what that reminded me of?
No, I don't.
Your bazinga.
Bazinga.
No, you used to do the Z.
Oh, what was that?
Do you remember that? Nolan, tell me you remember that.
She's not around here.
Mama.
What?
The
What was
bazinga in Z formation.
That's what it is. We were talking about that the other day too, because I was like, y'all don't think Pops is sassy? He used to snap at us and do a little neck crank. Y'all.
Right there. Right there. Read that.
Mm.
Charlie's having a stroke and doesn't know it.
See, I don't know if he's having a stroke or if he's just clocking you on your teeth.
It's all right. I don't look as old as Charlie. And to be using those kind of slang words is trying to get back in touch with the youth that it can't be.
You just said a whole lot of nothing.
I know.
That's insanity.
Yep.
Can't
So-
even. So if you want to throw Nolan for a loop, okay, the way you do that is in the middle of conversation, you say fa, just F-A-H, fa. If she says something and she wants you to be like, oh yeah, like screw that or whatever, you just go fa. Don't address it, just say it.
Well, I kind of do that, but in a different word context.
Yeah, no, don't take off the k and just say fa.
Well, I kind of. Anyway, okay.
Right.
Creepy old man territory. That's what I'm talking about, Tom. Yeah. He goes cruise around his white panel van.
Here's the thing, Tom. Okay.
Hey,
I
Charlie.
get what you're saying.
Charlie.
He's giving the manager.
I'm still allowed around within 500 yards of a school.
Please stop.
Hey, fuck that.
Yep.
Casey. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. My Lanta. Lord. Lord.
This could be why you don't get views.
Yeah. Oh, the wife is right. Sorry, Charlie. That's why I don't get views, is because I'm a little sassy, britches. Yeah, completely off topic. So, Pay, how was your quesadilla?
Whoa!
He's sitting there saying, well, at least I can go within 500 feet of the school.
Yeah, we're still alive.
He said that out loud.
He said that alive.
So, how was the quesadilla?
It was good.
Oh no, I don't want to be on that.
You're good.
I have back down real quick.
I blocked it.
You're fine.
Okay.
Basic, mid, trying to clap back.
Okay.
Anyway, trying to figure out why Gen Z men do ever wash their hair. You know, I'm trying to figure out how they get into those skinny jeans.
Okay.
Fives. Oh. That's
But anyway,
he is killing it.
Right.
so
I'm
Honey
trying to figure out
Badger.
why- I'm trying to figure out why Gen Z men do everything, don't ever wash their hair. Here's the thing. I don't know about what Gen Z men you're talking about. The Gen Z men I know, they wash their hair. Mind you, it's only a couple people, but
I don't know. I don't really get into. I don't
we're
like
talking
stop
about
anybody.
like the woo wop people, like people that love woo wop, like that, and then like Panic at Disco and 21 and SOS freaks. That's another thing. My generation needs to calm down because I'm tired of all like the stigma around my generation. We need to go back a couple decades.
Yeah.
How is it you want to talk to everybody else but can't talk to a physician by yourself, or like on the phone with someone for 3 minutes? That's, like, I don't know. My generation needs to calm down and go back to the basics of human connection and communication. And that's what I say. Because I know so many people who are so deluded that they'll be like, oh, well, the way I look at a guy, that's how he knows I like him. Just go up and be like, yo, you're cute, and walk off. What's he going to do? Think about you the whole day, and then bam, you got him in your pocket. What?
Huh?
You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense why people are so scared to talk to other people. It's why
Right.
you have something on you.
Because they
I told
grew up
Mama.
with a tablet in their hand, or playing those
Right.
games, Facebook,
Right.
whatever.
Now,
You
I
guys
love
had
good
so many
Facebook.
different little
Oh, yeah, we had
media
kids.
apps that.
We had Kik. I was talking to some random kid. I don't know who he was.
Yep,
Talking
and
to a
that
random person.
the one chat.
Hmm?
The one chat. You guys are supposed to go
Snapchat?
away after 30 seconds.
Snapchat.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. Okay. If you want to have such a bold personality on the internet, front with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, have it with you. Don't just front. Okay. Okay, Pickles, you can be the lost generation. I'll give you that. That's what I'm saying, Tom. People today can't talk more than 40 characters. Or 240 characters. Exactly.
Or
Because
emojis.
here's the right, or emojis. Like here
If
it
you
gets me
turn
so
spell
frustrated.
check off, it would be crazy.
Right, because they don't do spelling tests anymore. Dating and social interactions in Gen Z seem so messed up. Tell me about it. Because we're the generation that truly thinks lickbacks are the way to solve issues. Lickbacks are like an eye for an eye.
Oh, okay.
So it like some people like cheat on their partner and then they're like, you know what? I'll do that, but I'll go to your dad. Or I'll do that, but I'll go to your brother. Like it's a deep cut. And they just keep doing it over and over again. And then there's situationships, which are you're dating, but you haven't been asked to go out or to date them. But you're doing everything, but nobody knows about you. You're secret.
That
You're
was
in a
called
secret
a side
relationship.
chick.
Yeah. Our generation.
Or,
that's a
you know,
situationship.
Tom and Charlie would know the girls that we would classify as like the moped.
No. Okay. Here's the thing. And I'm gonna let you know.
Be nice.
So a situationship is a secret relationship nobody knows about. Or they know about it, but it's you guys don't know what you are. You're just in a situation. You're not dating, you're not just friends, you're not broke up, it's a situation. A side chick is the side piece, right? You're in a relationship, here's the girl on the side, the affair. Then you have the polyamorous, dating multiple different people at the same time and they're okay with it. And then you have all these other things and I'm like a throuple. That's a 3-person couple. There's dating sites for a throuple. A girl I used to know was on there looking. Here's like I don't get how relationships went from, how do I say this politically correct without getting canceled? I don't know how they went
Two
from
individuals.
a 2-person thing or 2-being thing to half the state.
I don't know.
And going in college, freshman year, I knew a girl who knew a couple countries, if you get where I'm going. How do you do that and like be like, oh yeah, love this? I don't know. My generation is a mess.
Did you see that one girl who's like suing ESPN for showing her picture during the national championship game?
No, I didn't. But for what? You got your 5 minutes of fame, babe. Calm down.
Well, evidently the caption underneath the picture was she was an adult entertainer star, and because the shirt or the picture they showed had her with her shirt up and it had a Miami Hurricanes logo on the bra, and that was offensive to some of her clientele, friends, fans.
Here's the thing, okay? And I will say this once, and I'll say it again. If you don't like the profession you're in, change it. But if you're getting upset that your clientele could possibly see that you're wearing a shirt that doesn't align with them, they're literally buying.
They're paying your way.
Yeah. Because they're talking about corn. Corn shooting stars.
What?
The ESPN drama. The girl that and they caught her, and because of her clientele on personal websites,
Honey, we talk about everything that you would talk around the dinner table. That's what our show is. Mama's
Gen Z
getting very
guys
irritated.
really seem to be lost. They are.
I'm not gonna lie.
Don't get me started. Was that Charlie? Don't get me started.
It was off the rails from the get-go, Mom.
Oh, I know.
Yes. Because here's the thing, my generation, I don't want to be in this generation. I don't want to be in it. I want to be in an older generation. Because I will say something like, oh, like I love to cook for like my boyfriend, and like we have more of a traditional style like relationship, whatever. And then I have other people my age in like college, and they're like, oh, I would never do that for a man. Oh, well, does he pay your way? Does he pay for things for you? I just don't get it.
So Cub said there's a young lady who you guys used to swim with, and she got a job there where Cub's working, and Cub was like, hey, you got to do the dishes because you're not, first couple days you're not making sandwiches yet, so you got to do the dishes. Yeah, I can't do that. She said, what do you mean? It's just hot water, soap, No, I just got my nails done, so I can't do that. I looked at her and said, well, you can't do anything else. You're not just going to stand here and watch me.
It's behind the start.
So you need to do it. And then it was, no, I can't do that. Can somebody else do it? Like, it even got to the point where she asked her to take the trash out. And this young girl goes, don't we have a guy to do that? Why do I have to do that? And so they said, well, why are you even here? Well, my dad said I had to have a job because he's going to cut my allowance off. That was the only reason why she went to go get a job. Was because her dad was going to cut her allowance off.
Here's the thing.
And so Cub was getting ready to leave, and as she's pulling out of the parking lot, there's the bag of trash outside. You know how they got the little fence in around the dumpster? Outside of it.
Okay.
Not even open the dumpster door to the area. No, it was sitting outside the fenced-in area.
This is where I get upset because you wanted all these equal rights to get stuff. You want equal pay, which I want equal pay too, but I'm doing the same job as a man. I make 84 cents of every dollar a man earns, and I know this. So I'm going to work harder to get promoted to make more money and to get my league back like that, right? But I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I'm not going to do that because that's a boy job. No. I know what my job is. In my relationship, we've already talked about that. But I worked at a gas station for years. I did everything that was asked of me. I took out the trash 4 or 5 times a day. You can wash your hands. You need money to get your nails done.
No, because you just got her nails done.
You need money to get them done. How you gonna do that? Your daddy just cut you off.
Oh, I know this girl. Whenever I worked in fast food, there was a girl with like 1.5 inch long nails who worked in the food, and she did that shit, and she never broke a nail. You don't have
it bars me up because I'm like, I wanted to work. As soon as I figured out I could work, 16, I had a job. I was going to work. I was da-da-da-da-da-da. Honey badger. Anyway, so I think
James, it depends on.
It depends on the profession.
On the yes, on the job.
In communications and what I'm going into, I would have a gap.
Yes, the corporate world, I see a gap.
There's a gap. And for me, just coming out of college, it's going to be corporate, and I'm going to have a age or a wage gap no matter what. It's just what things are come to. But it's also because of the generation of people being like, oh, I want to be a housewife, like this, that, and third. Okay, that's fine. I would love to be a housewife, but I'm still going to earn my keep because I've been working. I've been doing something. And then I know people who are like, oh my gosh, I have to go get a job. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Get a job. It's not that hard. You want to do this, that, the third. Okay, well, have a job. Like, when I would ask something from my parents, it was, okay, and do you have the money for that? Okay, well, how are you going to get the money for that? Like, if it was something stupid, I would be like, oh my gosh, you know what? I really want this little camera. You have a camera, but I want a new one. Well, do you have the money for it? Because you have a good one at home. Okay, well, then I had money for it. Like, it irks me so much, this new generation of lazy MFers. Because there's also people who, how do I say this? There's people who want the credibility of doing things without having to do the work. I know someone who just got a degree and they didn't even do the work for it. They didn't do half of the work. Well, then you shouldn't have got it, sweetheart. Sorry. Promotions are harder to get. Yep. They are, but I don't know. I've been blessed with a very good persuasion. I believe I can talk my way in and out of things. Definitely out of tickets. So
I'm going to get myself in trouble.
Casey flipped me off.
Yeah.
Sorry. I got a speeding ticket the day after Thanksgiving.
You need to hear this.
Hired a lawyer to help me get my either reduced or get off of it. And they just emailed me the other day and they were like, hey, so you're just going to have to pay that ticket. So what was the point of hiring a lawyer? So now not only do I have to worry about the insurance going up, points on my license, and paying the ticket, I also have to pay court cost and the lawyer fees.
Well, I mean, if you're running 70 and a 35 with the school zone lights flashing, why did you even hire a lawyer?
So I wasn't going 70 and a 35. I was going 60 and a 45. And the 55-mile zone was literally like
right there.
It was literally like right before the stoplight. It changed after the stoplight. So if you would have clocked me when I was there, I would have been going the speed limit. And sorry, I had been up since 5:30 that morning, and I got the ticket at 11 o'clock at night after driving back home, like where I live, my home, back up here to the mountains. And then working at the train station, which is a 30-minute drive away from my apartment, and coming home from work. I was so mad.
James, promotions are given out by HR. Not where I was working. Whole HR department is women. It takes about 50-50.
It depends on where you're going.
Yep, it depends on the field.
Because PR,
we had a lot of people that were instead of having HR directly at the plant or the facility, you had a regional HR. So they were a phone call away, and then you had to schedule time, like they would travel in as needed, but they were regional, so they covered like 5 states. Multiple plants throughout all the states. So it would depend on, most of the time it was guys because they were willing to travel. The women were like, I got kids, I don't want to travel. So
with communications, it's become a more female dominant field, but it's still very much like a lot of people like the male persona rather than a female persona on different topics. It's very wishy-washy.
Sports.
Yeah, sports. They don't want a woman talking about sports. Sports marketing and sports PR. And like that, I understand. It's just very wishy-washy on what people want, and companies will listen to what they want rather than what they should do for their company.
Yeah. think I'm not going to comment on that because I will lose the last 5 subscribers that I have. I mean, we've lost probably, 1,000 of them in the last hour.
I don't care.
So
That's a joke.
it is. I'm kidding.
But we've talked about everything under the sun.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
my wife is still within earshot, and y'all don't need to see the spousal abuse that could happen. Could happen. From a
Spousal
one-armed deaf lady.
abuse that could happen. But he didn't want to talk about us physically
I'm
fighting
giving you
with
credit,
lightsabers.
Dave. You can still kick my
We
butt
would
with one
smack
arm.
each other with PVC pipes. And he was like, I ain't gonna have a dad joke.
I was apologizing to the wife.
He started apologizing to mom like this.
If you could see the look.
I'm gonna be half an orphan tomorrow.
You wonder why I don't want
I'm trying to get you over here. What happens with any channel that Charlie is active on? Yep.
There goes Lee's deaf viewers.
Sorry.
See,
Anyway,
this
let's
is why I warn people about pops.
huh?
This is why I warn people about you.
I know.
She does. I can't concur.
Because if I'm like, oh, I'm gonna call pops, I have to have him on speaker, and they're like, okay. And
Yep,
then
I'm pretty.
I'm like, okay, guys, just he says what's on his mind.
My wife has to say he's had
Yeah.
brain trauma.
Yeah, which is so funny because Evan, Lexi's boyfriend, had a really bad concussion, so he has TBI also.
Our viewer count over here just went to 2.
Well,
from 7 to 2.
It's also been 2 hours.
Yes. So we need to get off here. Honey Badger's getting ready to go live at 11.
Oh.
And he's making beignets, I think. I know. He'll be doing homemade beignets.
Nice.
I tried to make those one time and I failed.
That would be a good sourdough thing.
Yeah.
So.
Well, all right.
Yep, let's get out of here. We covered a lot of nonsense. Yep.
Oh.
So I'll change the title from Livermush to Peys Rants. So
Someone was gonna get it, so
yeah.
oh well.
Thank you for sharing that with the world.
Oh, you're welcome. I don't mind.
So, all right, well, let's get out of here.
All right, sounds good.
All right, we'll see y'all next week.
2 rolls and cooking. Did you have fun? Did it taste good? Rock on. You, my friends, are awesome. We'll see you next week. Later.
Let's be careful out there.